Hello and welcome to this session in which we will keep working on cyber attacks. In this session, we will focus on physical attacks. Well, this is physical, although it's cyber, but the form of the attack is physical. In the prior session, we looked at network-based attacks, host-based attacks, social engineering attacks, application-based attacks. This session will focus on physical attacks, and there are 6 types. The last one will be supply chain attacks. As you are going over these topics, I'm sure you notice that you have to know a lot of definitions, a lot of terms, and this is how they will test you on the CPA exam based on these terms, these definitions. So how do you prepare? Practice MCQs. farhatlectures.com offers you thousands of MCQs that's going to help you prepare for the exam, and this is the only way to survive the information systems and control. Practice, practice, practice. Let's go ahead and get started talking about types of physical attacks. Before we proceed any further, I have a public announcement about my company, farhatlectures.com. Farhat Accounting Lectures is a supplemental educational tool that's going to help you with your CPA exam preparation as well as your accounting courses. My CPA material is aligned with your CPA review course such as Becker, Roger, Wiley, Gleam, Miles. My accounting courses are aligned with your accounting courses, broken down by chapter and topics. My resources consist of lectures, multiple choice questions, true-false questions, as well as exercises. Go ahead, start your free trial today. The first one we're going to look at is dumpster diving. Just as the word dumpster diving suggests, searching through the organizational trash to find sensitive documents that have not been properly disposed of. Why? To find sensitive information. Why? It's going to help you in other cyber attacks. For example, if you find the names of individuals, their access numbers, their employee numbers, you might be able to use this information to infiltrate the company. Lockpicking, gaining unauthorized access to premises by manipulating physical locks. Simply put, basically breaking in. That's what lockpicking is. USB drops. Well, here's what you do. You would leave an infected USB drive in areas where employees might find or use them unknowingly, installing malware on their system. So let's assume you were able to access the cafeteria or the offices. You might leave a USB, and you're hoping someone's going to pick up that USB and put that USB in their system. So this is basically a physical attack in a form of cyber security. Intercepting discarded equipment. What happened is this. Every once in a while, the company will get rid of old computers, old hardware, old printers, old drives. So in the organization, or even people, you and I, we do that as well. We dispose of old devices. Here's what happened. Unfortunately, the data on these devices is not always properly erased or destroyed. So the oversight will create an opportunity for thieves, if we don't delete or properly destroy, to recover the information, to recover the personal or corporate information. And this process of the recovery is surprisingly simple. There are tools that will help you recover erased database. You could erase the database. I mean, I remember in my accounting information system course, you just use a simple software. You could recover information from a deleted A or B drive or C drive or hardware. So a specialized software can retrieve files you thought you deleted them, and sometimes devices that are discarded without any attempt of deletion. So you don't even have to make an effort to even recover, because you think you got rid of this piece of device, a hardware or a print or even a printer, and you think you're in good shape. Guess what? Important information might reside there. And despite that this information might be outdated or unnecessary for the company, these devices may contain sensitive information. A good example will be a healthcare clinic. When they upgrade their computer system, they get rid of the old computers. They throw them away in the dumpster or selling them to a recycling firm without properly wiping the hard drive. Well, a fraudster, if they can retrieve those computers, they could use data recovery tools and gain access to thousands of patient records, including name, addresses, medical history, social security. And this sensitive information could be used for identity theft, insurance fraud, or sold on the dark web to other criminals. So what type of mitigating strategies we can employ? Well, secure data eraser. Before disposing of any device, making sure all the data is securely erased using certified data destruction method. Simply deleting is not sufficient because information can be recovered. Physical destruction for devices that cannot be securely wiped, physical destruction of the storage, shredding, and here you're not shredding paper, you're shredding the actual hard drive. It's a reliable method, you just destroy it. No one can recover it. Use professional service, employ service organization that's reputable companies that specialize in secure data destruction. They often provide certificates of destruction for audit purposes. At my old CPA firm, this is what we used to do. We used to use a company where they would come in on site and destroy all the paperwork, making sure we're not revealing data about our clients. Policy implementation. Organizations should have clear policies. How do we dispose of devices? It's not because somebody decided to dispose of a device, that's it. And sometimes before we dispose of the device, we have to do a data backup, secure that everything is erased, and document the process. Who knows, for lawsuits down the road. Piggybacking, or simply known as tailgating if you're driving a car, is a security breach tactic where an attacker exploits an authorized person's legitimate access to infiltrate a physical or digital space unauthorized. This method relies on the attacker's ability to closely follow or accompany someone who has proper permission, essentially riding on their back, this is why I have this picture, into secure areas or system without being detected as an intruder. And this could happen in various contexts, from physical security breaches to cyber access. For example, consider an office building that require a key card for entry. So in order to go in, you have to have an ID, a key card. An attacker might wait near the entrance, and when an employee batches in to open the door, the attacker acts as though they are part of the group or pretend to have their hands full, promoting the employee to hold the door open for them. Boom, they gain access. Once inside, the attacker can attempt to access restricted areas, steal physical asset, install surveillance devices, or compromise information system. This is if the attack is physical. We could also do this in a digital form. In a digital form, piggybacking refers to unauthorized use of someone's network or system access. This could happen if the attacker gained access to a secured network by exploiting a legitimate user's active session or credential they're using someone else. For example, a common scenario would include an attacker discovering unattended computer, someone that's not using the computer that remains logged in into a secured network. The attacker would use the opportunity to access sensitive information, install malware, or create a backdoor for future access. Also, this could happen when the attacker uses stalling login credential to gain access to the network, effectively hitching a ride on the legitimate user's access privilege, so getting someone credentials. Mitigation for this, first thing is education and awareness, training employees and users about the risk of piggybacking and the importance of not allowing others to follow them into a secured area or leave their devices unattended and logged in. 2, physical security enhancement, implementing mantraps, turnstiles, or double door system that prevent more than one person entering a secured area with a single authentication action. So one swipe, one person entering. Electronic access control using multi-factor authentication. So even though you left that computer unattended and someone have access to it, they may not have access to your phone. And automatic log-off policies can reduce the risk of unauthorized digital access. Once you are 2 to 3 minutes inactive, you're automatically logged off. Surveillance and monitoring, employing videos, surveillance, and access logs to monitor for unauthorized access attempt and take corrective action if piggybacking is detected. We have to change the policies, change the security procedures. Tampering refers to the unauthorized physical alteration of a company's IT infrastructure, impacting the manner in which its network handles data operations such as collection, storage, processing, or transmission. Tampering means changing with the system, changing the network, how it handles data. That's another form of physical attack. This manipulation can take various forms, including reconfiguration of network cables. You go in, you change how the cables are connected to the system, and voila, you have access. Direct connection to network equipment. You install something in the building that's connected to the network, or the integration of unauthorized devices into the network, or you install some sort of a device, a camera, a computer into the network. The objective is to intercept, modify, or steal data. And here what you're trying to do is create vulnerabilities within the system. Once you're on the network, you would create that vulnerability. An attacker here gains access to a company's server's room, for example. The attacker then connects small hidden devices known as hardware implant or a tap into the network. Well, this device is designed to do what? Intercept and record data passing through the network. And you have the information that you need. Over time, you collect sensitive information, login credential, proprietary data, which the attacker can later use to do what? To have access to the larger network. So once you retrieve it, you transmit to a remote location, study it, see how you can use it. What are the mitigation policy for this? Well, you could have good access control, limit the physical access to critical network infrastructure to only people who are supposed to be there, using secure entry method like biometric scanners or keycard system. Surveillance, install cameras and monitoring system in sensitive areas to deter unauthorized access. Once someone knows there's a camera there, they're not likely to go in because they don't want to be seen. And record any suspicious activity. Monitor your network. Utilize network monitoring tools to detect unusual activity that could indicate tampering, such as unexpected devices on the network or some form of an anomalous data flow. Something does not make any sense here. Well, let's investigate. Regular inspection. Conduct periodic physical inspection of network infrastructure to look for any unauthorized device that's connected to the network that's supposed not to be there. Like, we don't have a camera in this location. Why is that camera there? Security training. That's important. Educate employees about the risk of tampering and the importance of securing access point, as well as reporting any suspicious behavior. Let's take a look at this multiple choice question from farhatlectures.com. What is the main reason organization fail to secure discarded equipment? One main reason why they fail. A preference for paper record? Well, that has nothing to do why you would discard equipment, and I'm not sure if paper record are better than digital record. So definitely that's not one of the reasons. B, insufficient secure data eraser practices. Yes, that could be the case where they don't have a policy to do what? To erase the data. Insufficient secure data practices. That could be the case. Let's hold to that. Increase reliance on telecommunication. Well, if you increase reliance on telecommunication, that's not why you fail to secure discarded equipment. The cost of new equipment. Well, the cost of new equipment is a separate issue from security. So it has nothing to do with security. Also, because telecommunication affect operational practices, it doesn't address the risk of discarded equipment. The main reason they fail to secure this discarded equipment because initially they don't have a proper policy to erase the data, to secure the data that they erased. B is the correct answer. What should you do now? You want to go to Farhat Lectures, look at additional MCQs. That's going to help you prepare, especially if you're studying for your Information Systems and Control CPA exam. Invest in yourself. Good luck, study hard, and of course, stay safe.